All right, everybody, today we're going to be checking on the rabbits, see how they're doing. Pretty soon we're going to be putting the first litter in one of these rabbit tractors that we have here. There's the boys. Youngest female we got. And there's the mama with the first litter going in next week. And this mom and this mom both have kits. And they're going to be 3 weeks old here in a week or so. So we're gonna do some feeding this morning. Just gonna give them a little scoop. And this isn't all they get. This is the highest protein that I can get for these guys. Give them 1 scoop each, and then I give them a bunch. Give them a bunch of winter rye, and it's pretty much harvested cover crop for these guys. I come through and pick a bunch of it and give them all quite a bit, a couple handfuls per rabbit here. And the little bunnies are gonna get their own here too. I usually give them 2 scoops, and then after the mom gets moved to a separate pen, I give them another 2 scoops or so. And then I give them their own little bunch of cover crop seed so they get their own protein, because if you don't, otherwise the mom just gets in there and eats their food too. So not such a huge deal, it's just how I do it, so I can ensure that they get their own supply of food. As you can see, they're doing all right. Usually try to separate them a little bit. Usually the mom ends up going over there and eats some of it, but that's why I separate her. After this first feeding, about midday, I'll separate them and then give them some more in their own bowl with some of that cover crop that I harvest. This is my youngest New Zealand. She's looking pretty good. This is my new male that we got. He's a California. And this is a very friendly that I got from somebody. One of the friendliest ones we have. All doing great. This is something me and the kids love coming out here to do in the morning. Come out here to do this in the morning before they get on the school bus. And they love getting lifted up to see these rabbits or getting to pet the rabbits. They love that. And here's the other mom's kits. And that's what it's like taking care of the rabbits. Now we just got to give them some of this cover crop. And this is the cover crop that we are going to be picking for the rabbits. As you can see, it's all growing pretty good here. So I usually just come out here and pick some of it for them. Just gonna get the tops, don't want to rip the roots up, that way it can keep growing. And then they can come out here and graze it whenever it's time for them to be bigger, and I'll put them in the rabbit tractor. They're gonna start here. That's usually enough to keep them occupied for a long time, especially since they got the pellets and that to graze on here. And I usually go pick about that much for every rabbit that we have. That way they have a pretty good diet. And in that cover crop, it's good for grazing. There's plenty of protein in all that cover crop, the goodness that we got growing down there. So pretty much what we got going is, I'll go pick more of this for them later, but for the sake of the video, for this cover crop we got down in our yard, we got it for the rabbits specifically to graze, because it's a higher protein cover crop. I also planted a small strip. It was like probably like a 30 by 6-foot strip so we could graze it with these rabbits, so they have good clover and good cover crop of ryegrass and rapeseed and stuff like that. That way they can get a good protein balance, and it's good for them to get that in their diet now whenever they're younger as well. So this is pretty much my setup for right now. Eventually I'm going to build another double cage for the males, and then I'm going to have another double cage right over here. I'm gonna have another double cage here, and that's gonna get a door built onto it. That's for extra ventilation. And then I'm gonna have another set for doubles there in case I want to keep some females from one of these good moms that I got. It's also nice to have that extra cage in case you go to a swap meet and you just see one that you have to have. So this is Not a Pro Gardener here. Thanks for coming out here and feeding the animals with me in the morning. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.